Hello everyone, today we'll see the different types of interaction between radiation and matter. So, the study of interaction between electromagnetic radiation and matter is called spectroscopy. It is useful in obtaining information about the molecular structure. The first type of interaction that we're going to study is absorption. In this process, as the name itself suggests, the sample is going to absorb radiation and then it will move from ground state to an excited state. Since the stability is always inversely proportional to the energy, by accepting radiation it will gain a higher energy state and thus its stability would decrease. So it will leave the ground state and it would move to an excited state. Let's see the definition. It's the process by which energy of photon is transferred through electromagnetic radiation to an atom or a molecule and promote it from ground state to an excited state. Now this is my sample. I am putting radiations on it, and then it is are measured using a detector. So IO is the intensity of incident light, where IT is the intensity of transmitted light. So the absorbed light intensity would be equal to IO minus IT, means the difference between these two, the amount of light incident and the amount of light transmitted. The difference between these two will give you the amount of light that is absorbed by the sample. Now moving to the second is emission. Okay, so in this, emission of radiation is reverse of absorption. That is, in this, the particle from high energy state is going to come to lower energy state by giving out radiation. That's why the name emission. An atom or molecule absorbs energy and moves to an excited state. It loses its stability and thus within short span it tries to attain stability by emitting radiations of certain frequency. So because it wants to gain stability, thus it emits radiation and gets to the ground state. Now here is my sample that contains energy and it is emitting radiation, and the radiations that are emitted are measured by the detector, and thus the process of emission is getting completed. Now moving to the third one. Before explaining the process, actually let me tell you that Dr. C.V. Raman received Nobel Prize in 1931 for this discovery, that is the process of scattering. So what happens in the process of scattering is electromagnetic radiation, after passing through transparent medium, gets scattered at different angles from the original path. Now keep in mind that the entire light is not getting scattered. Some part of light is getting scattered at different angles. So source of radiation, and this is our sample. So IO is the incident radiation of certain intensity, and then the sample transmits few radiation, whereas it scatters few radiation, and both the transmitted and the scattered radiations are measured by the detector. So IT is the transmitted radiations, IS is the scattered radiations, and IO, as you know, it is the incident radiation. Okay, so moving ahead, we'll move to the next type of interaction, that is fluorescence. Okay, so what happens in this is atoms or molecules get excited after absorption of electromagnetic radiation of particular wavelength. Means the atom is in ground state, it's getting excited and it's moving to a high energy state after it is incident by certain radiations, and they emit light of lower energy than incident light. So they are emitting light now. Now see, source of high energy radiation is incidenting source of high energy radiation is giving radiations to the sample, and the sample in return is radiating light that is of lower energy than the incident light. So the fluorescent radiations are given out in this step. Example of this is UV light is absorbed and visible light is given out. It's a very important emission process. So in this way we have studied 4 main type of interactions between radiation and matter. The first was absorption, second was emission, third was scattering, and the fourth was fluorescence. I hope it helped you, and if it did so, then please subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.